For number 5, we actually did something like this at the last few days of the previous topic. We just didn't use a calculator. So let's go ahead and do this one more time and get x by itself. Okay, how do we get x by itself? Well, we need to get rid of all these things, right, to get x by itself. So the first thing to get rid of would be the 4. And to get rid of the 4, you do this, because we do the inverse of exponential function. The 4 is part of the exponential function. You want to cancel it out? Sure. Do the right thing. Okay, use the inverse. So that is gone. So you have 2x plus 1, and then log base 4 of 2.5. All right, now, we're not yet to the stage of using a calculator just yet, but can you tell a fair estimate of what log base 4 of 2.5 is? Around? Point something, 0.5 will be fair, all right? So it must be less than 1, because it's less than log base 4 of 4. So the number right here should be less than 1. So point something, 0.5, fair. And now you're going to get rid of the plus 1 by subtracting 1 on both sides. And now you go ahead and assess the right-hand side right now. What can you say about the nature of the number you're about to get for the right-hand side? You just said log base 4 of 2.5, it's point something, right? Point something minus 1? It's going to be negative. So we are anticipating a negative number. So do not be surprised if you get a negative number. Be surprised if it's not negative. And then we just go ahead and divide by 2. The other advantage of knowing how to estimate is that you understand the meaning of numbers. That you know log base 4 of 2.5 is one single entity. So that you are not going to let your brain to tempt you and say, well, can we go ahead and subtract 1 from 2.5? And your brain will be like, this is nonsense. Log base 4 of 2.5 is 0 point something. Why would you subtract 1 from 2.5? So this is the calculator ready answer. And you may now go ahead and type this into your calculator to find out what the answer is. But when you type into your calculator, let me remind you, okay, this whole thing is a numerator. So if you want to type all things in one single step, use a pair of parentheses. Here's another thing about people using calculators. The people who love to use calculators, they usually are the ones who are dumb enough to not know how to use a calculator. Because, again, they just give up their brain to use a calculator. You want to use a calculator, then make sure you know how to communicate with your calculator. Use parentheses responsibly. Log base 4 of 2.5. Okay. And then minus 1, close parentheses, then divided by 2. Okay, or alternatively, you can just calculate whatever is in the numerator, hit enter, then you divide by 2. That actually is more safe. So negative number, are we surprised? No, we expected it. We expected this to be a negative number. And that's why I say it's a difference maker. You sitting there and you know you are getting a negative number. That is powerful. If you don't know that you are getting a negative, if you don't know that you are getting a negative number, you are warned. Okay, so 0.1695 is your answer, negative 0.1695. And I'm speaking this because if you are going to pre-calc and you don't have this skill, you are in deep trouble because you are losing feelings with numbers. Okay, all right, go ahead, try number 6 on your own for now. See if you can do something similar to number 5.